Three robbers rushed out of the bank. The boy in charge of getaway immediately shifted gears, ready to go. As the teammates kept jumping into the car, the boy revved the engine non-stop to warm it up, until the boss gave the order. The whole car shot out like a wild horse. This wild, furious beast immediately caught the police's attention. A patrol car drifted 180 degrees and began chasing Jack. The teammates in the car started panicking. Only Jack stayed fully focused on playing chess with the cops. Seeing the light ahead about to turn red, Jack quickly shifted gears, pulled the handbrake and pulled off a stunning drift, successfully shaking off the police car. Right after, he made another beautiful 90-degree drift, sliding smoothly into a left turn, but police reinforcements soon closed in. His teammates cast doubtful looks at him. Jack calmly floored the gas, pushing the car to its limit. Then he instantly made a high-speed corner turn, but the cops weren't amateurs either. Seeing the police still right on his tail, Jack's eyes darted to a nearby van. Amidst his teammates' exclamations, Jack pulled another sharp drift. He forced the van to stop, and at the same time shook off the police again. But his teammates immediately screamed once more. With his fluid maneuvers, Jack successfully drove onto the main road, but with the suspect vehicle's information in hand, the police quickly surrounded them. Just then Jack noticed ahead, officers were laying down spike strips. Jack yanked the handbrake, and with a perfect tail whip, he flung the spikes right into the police cars rushing up. Watching the cops in disarray, Jack once again floored it, breaking through their encirclement. His teammates looked at him with newfound respect. But the danger wasn't over yet. As soon as Jack drove off the bridge, a swarm of police cars came chasing after him. Seeing this, Jack once again pulled off a sharp 90-degree drift and drove straight into the oncoming lane. Facing the blockade ahead, Jack calmly twisted the wheel, rushed up a ramp, and flew across to the opposite lane onto the overpass. In that instant, he disappeared from the police's sight. Soon, Jack spotted two cars of the exact same color ahead. He immediately pulled the handbrake and spun into a 180-degree drift, sliding right into the opposite lane. Then he picked up speed, lining up side by side with them. By then, a police helicopter had arrived at the scene. From their view, the car in the middle was the suspect. Moments later, Jack's car entered a tunnel. He floored the gas, rushed ahead of the left car and slammed the brakes, forcing it into the middle lane. Soon they passed through the tunnel, and as expected, the helicopter above locked onto the middle car as Jack's. And just like that, Jack escaped the chase. Jack's performance instantly made the teammates who once looked down on him see him in a new light. Just when everyone thought the crisis was over, Jack smugly pulled off a chain of drifts, turning into a small alley. Suddenly, a patrol car appeared at the alley's entrance. Everyone in the car tensed up again. Luckily, that patrol car was just passing by. Jack sped in right behind it, rushing into a pre-scouted parking lot, and parked next to a black car. The crew then casually drove away in the black car, heading back to their hideout. Don't be fooled by Jack's silence, his sunglasses and headphones, and his cocky, punchable look. He was actually the personal driver of this city's crime boss, Henry. All the criminals in this city scrambled to work with Henry, because every heist Henry planned was flawless. Everyone who ever worked with him made a fortune. Henry was also a man of principles. He only planned and commanded, and he personally selected every member. Plus, he would only work with each person once. The only exception was the driver, Jack. This made the criminals around them start guessing about Jack's relationship with Henry. But Henry didn't bother explaining to them. He was a strategist, and had no interest in chatting with thugs who only knew violence. After stopping them from bullying Jack, Henry finished counting the loot. With a wave of his hand, he split the money into 5 equal shares. Then they pressed the elevator button. Each man carried off a bag stuffed with cash. As the elevator doors opened and closed, Jack and Henry soon reached the bottom level of the underground garage. But strangely, Henry not only put his own share in the trunk, he also placed Jack's share inside. He only pulled out a small bundle to hand to Jack, just enough for him to live on. It turned out Jack used to be a hardcore racing gamer. He craved the thrill of driving real cars at top speed. But by bad luck, the first car he ever stole belonged to Henry. Chased down by Henry, Jack accidentally wrecked the luxury car. Luckily, Henry noticed his driving skills, so he forced Jack to become his driver to pay off the debt. Fortunately, Jack only needed to do one more job, and his debt would finally be cleared. After doing so many dirty jobs for Henry, Jack had already saved up a hefty amount. He planned to retire completely and live quietly in the city with his stepfather. But what he didn't know was, once stained by crime, Henry would never let him walk away so easily.